I will tell you that there are many reactions and all of them good. We are extremely humbled, I think, and pleased at the public's feedback with this percentage passage in our bond issue. To hit that three-quarter mark when what you needed was 57 or so percent is, we feel, a statement in a couple directions. First of all, it's a statement that the committee that began in 2008 developing a long-term facilities plan for the district did good and sensible work, that the people who over the course of the last 2 years have provided wisdom and feedback both on our staff and community members were running right down that center line that we find in Hermann, that ethic of responsibility, of good care of the resources that you've been entrusted with. And so we feel like, first of all, the statement about the plan was very affirming, and we're grateful to everyone who contributed to that. The second thing is that we know that the sensibility of the plan was appealing to many people, that it hit those values that Hermann holds true, to take care of what you have, and to take care of children in school. But we also know that any election is beyond the rational, logical, technical solution being considered. Any election is a statement of trust about the people that you're voting on. And so while I don't take credit for this personally, I think it's a clear statement that beginning with our school board, there has been good, responsible use of the resources that we've been given, and that the public recognizes that. I think that it is a statement about what our staff and what our committee has done to communicate to the public about the bond issue. And maybe most profoundly, I think there's a lot of credit given to the staff, because every day our children go home and they are the greatest campaigners we have. Well, in the midst of all the joy is that kernel of truth that says now the real work begins. After 2 years of planning, we have to get serious. Not that we haven't been before, but there are about 3 aspects of a bond issue passage that happen the morning after. First of all is the financial aspect, and sometime between now and 9 o'clock I'll be in contact with our financial agents, including the bonding company, to arrange all that paperwork that must be put in place in order for the bonds to be sold. We want to do that as quickly as possible. Secondly, there are design considerations that have to become pretty immediately clear. Some places it's not very hard to determine. Other places there's a significant amount of work to do. So we have 2 architects that we've retained to run these projects, and we will be making design determinations with them for the various projects. Specifically speaking, that's what you do on paper. That's the way you develop your plans. The third major aspect of this bond issue that happens to happen, and has been in some measure already underway, is what we would call site exploration determination. Whether you're talking about updating the 1st and 2nd grade hallways at the elementary school, or whether you're talking about selecting a construction site, evaluating a construction site for the addition of the high school or anything else, you have to determine the current conditions and whether they will drive design and cost considerations in the course of the project's development. For instance, in the elementary school, we have to have testing to make sure that we properly abate any asbestos or other hazardous material before we begin constructing. We need to get that underway very immediately. We also will have to do core samples around where we've determined the high school is going, the high school additions are going, and make sure that all of that is thoroughly buildable, or that anything we have to do to make it buildable doesn't break the bank. So those 3 things, determining your current conditions, determining your designs, and getting your financial considerations underway. Those are the big 3 today. Well, I think it's very important that the public understands I work for the board that they elect. This current board has been a joy to work for, and I welcome back the board of directors that the public elected, and certainly am grateful for their statement of confidence in the direction that the district has had, because it means we're going in the right direction and we want to keep moving that way. At the same time, I welcome anyone's genuine interest in the welfare of the school district, and certainly any interest shown by any candidate and efforts they went to help us. Those are appreciated, and win, lose, or draw, any election is a lot of work, and we appreciate their sacrifice.